Good morning, students. A very warm welcome to your maths classes. Earlier, we were studying the chapter sequence and series, and in this chapter, we have solved almost all of the questions. So now we're going to start with a new chapter, that is straight lines. Whenever we talk about a line, the first thing that comes in mind is that it can be extended in both the directions. That is, we can increase its length. Now, if we fix the length, a line becomes a line segment. So, these are the basic things that you must know. You must be aware of certain terms that we use whenever we study this chapter. Now, there are some important results. So, for the first lecture, you're going to revise all of the terms and then you're going to start with the chapter. The first thing that we are going to talk is, if we suppose we have a line and we are discussing about any 2 points, say this is x1, y1 and this is x2, y2. Suppose we have 2 points A and B on a given line and the coordinates of A is x1, y1 and the coordinates of y are x2 and y1. The first thing is distance formula. Distance formula. If let's suppose we have to calculate the distance from A to B, this distance between these 2 points. So the distance formula is given by the distance AB equals to under root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is the formula for distance between 2 points whose coordinates are given to you as x1, y1 and x2, y1. Second one is section formula. Let us suppose in section formula we have 2 categories. So first, let us suppose that there is a ratio of m and n. Let us suppose we have a point here C, which divides the ratio, the line AB internally in the ratio m is to n. This one is n and this one is n. So now the section formula is the coordinates of point C. So let us suppose the x coordinate is given by m. This ratio is m and this is n. So mx2 plus nx1 upon n plus n. This is the x coordinate, and similarly we can write the y coordinate as my2 plus n y1 upon n plus n. That is, if a point C divides the line segment AB into ratios and we have n is to n, that ratio is given as n is to n, then the x coordinates are given as mx2 plus nx1 upon n plus n, and y coordinate is given by my2 plus ny1 upon n plus n. Now let us suppose that this point C does not divide it internally, instead it divides it externally. Let us suppose that the point C जो है वो इस लाइन को इस तरीके से डिवाइड करता है कि जो रेशियो आता है वो एक्सटर्नल रेशियो है m/n. Then in that case the same formula will change to the value minus on these cases. So whenever we talk about internal division by a point, in this case that point is C and the ratio is m is to n, then the symbols that we have written here will be positive in between them, and if the segment C divides it externally, then we have a negative sign in between as we have shown here. Then we have the midpoint of line segment joining the points. So the third thing that we're going to see is how to find the midpoint. These are the basic terms that you must be aware of, so we're going to revise them. Suppose we have have a point C. And C is the midpoint of AB. Let us suppose the coordinates of C are x and y. Now, in case the question is given as कि आपको A का coordinate दिया है, B का coordinate दिया है, and you have to find the midpoint. So, the value of x in terms of x1 and x2 will be x1 plus x2 by 2. Similarly, the coordinate of y will be y1 plus y2 by 2. So, this is the formula for midpoint of points A and B with the coordinates that are given as such. Again, if we talk about area of a triangle, you know the triangle area, it can be given by 1 by 2 mod of 1, 2 and 3, x1, y1 into y3 minus x2, y3 minus y1 and then x3, y1 minus y2 का mod. ये values हम लिखते हैं और फिर उसको 1 by 2 से multiply कर देते हैं. So there are certain terms that we are aware of. So first you have to go through those terms, and after that we are going to start with the chapter. In this chapter, let us quickly revise coordinate geometry, because when we talk about straight lines in this chapter, then we have to make certain structures, certain lines or maybe geometrical structures that we have to draw here. So for that we need to be very clear. There should be no doubt regarding the coordinate geometry. So one by one we are going to revise everything about coordinate geometry, and then we are going to start with this chapter. So you all are aware of the coordinate axes. See, if we have to show the motion of a point in one plane, let us suppose that we have a point and its direction requires only one coordinate, then that point is in one dimension. Or converse भी कह सकते हैं कि if point is in one dimension, obviously this is a point, and if this point moves only in x-axis, this is, if we talk about this in one dimension, then in order to represent this we need just one axis. If we talk about two dimensions, so we need two coordinate axes to represent the position of a point. Similarly, in the real world, this is a three-dimensional world. So here if we want to represent the position of a point, then we require three coordinates, which are x, y and z respectively. We take them as such. Talking about a plane, we have in plane we have two axes. X axis represented as x dash, y axis represented as y dash. Obviously, this side we have positive terms, this side we have negative terms of x, here positive and here negative. Now, whenever we represent a point in this coordinate plane, in the Cartesian plane, then that point is always in the form of ordered pair, x, y. अब हो सकता है कि x की वैल्यू 0 हो या y की वैल्यू 0 हो. अगर x की वैल्यू 0 है तो जो हमारा पॉइंट है that will lie on y axis, and if the value of y is 0, then the point will lie on x axis. Let us suppose the coordinate is 2, 4. So 2, 4 will lie in the first quadrant, because in the first quadrant x is positive and y is also positive. Similarly, the second quadrant x is negative, y is positive. Here both the terms in the ordered pair x, y are negative. In the fourth quadrant, x is positive and y is negative. So let us suppose that we are given with some points 2, 3. If the point is 2, 3, then it will lie in the first quadrant. If the point is minus 2, 3, it will lie in the second quadrant, where x is negative and y is positive. Similarly, both the coordinates are negative, that is minus a, minus say 2, minus 3. that will lie in the third quadrant, and here in the fourth quadrant, x-axis is the point on the x-axis will be positively shown, and the other one on the y will be negatively shown. So this is the first thing. Now the second thing is what is the general equation of a line? Suppose we have to show the equation of a line, then what is the general way of representing a line? So the general representation, general equation for a line is y equals to mx plus c. You must have studied the equation in your lower classes also. See, यहाँ पे m को हम कहते हैं स्लोप, y is a dependent variable, m slope होता है, x is the independent variable and c is the intercept. For this, let us suppose we have a line, say let us take the line PQ, and this line makes angle theta with the positive direction of x-axis taken in anti-clockwise direction. तो ये जो एंगल है उसको हम कहते हैं कि ये लाइन x-axis पे थीटा एंगल से इंक्लाइन है, यानी कि थीटा is the angle of inclination of line PQ with positive x-axis. Now, if we have to define the slope, then slope is represented by, in general, it is represented by m, and the value is equals to tan theta, where theta cannot be 90 degree. Why? Because we know that the value of tan theta, if theta is 90 degree, becomes infinite. तो थीटा की वैल्यू हम 90 डिग्री नहीं लेते हैं, अदरवाइज स्लोप ऑफ m is defined as tan theta. If we take theta as 0, यानी कि ये जो इंक्लिनेशन है अगर वो 0 हो जाता है, then the line PQ will coincide with the x-axis, and if the line coincides with x-axis, then tan 0 is the slope which comes out to be 0. Therefore, the slope of x-axis is 0, and since we cannot take theta as 90 degree, so the slope of y-axis is not defined. Next, intercept क्या होता है? हमारी ये जो लाइन PQ है, ये y-axis पे जितना भी डिस्टेंस कट कर रही है, this distance is known as C. अब इस टाइम पे ये क्या है? Y पे जितना एक्सिस है, y-axis पे जो भी डिस्टेंस कट कर रही है, that is in the negative direction. So this time we have C as negative. In some case maybe C अगर ऊपर आता यानी कि positive y-axis पे आता, then it would have been positive. Then we have two terms x and y. We have studied coordinate geometry in the lower classes, and we know कि अगर इस तरीके का कोई equation दिया, let us suppose y equals to 2x plus 3. Let us suppose that we have been given with the equation as such. Then what we do, we have to draw it on the Cartesian plane. We write here x, y, and then we take different values of x, and correspondingly we get different values of y. तो x की values हम खुद से choose करते हैं और उसके corresponding हमें y की values मिलती चली जाती है. तो जो value हम खुद से choose करें, that is the value of the variable that is not depending on any other thing which we are choosing ourselves, that is known as the independent variable, and the value of y will come after we have chosen the value of x. So this will be the dependent variable. Now let us suppose this is the equation of the line, the general representation. Then this slope will give you this inclination will give you the value of slope. This is the value of intercept.